Well, we're on our way to Baja, and I can't imagine coming to Baja without stopping in Agile Offroad. This is the adventure van mecca, I think of. They have basically outfitted our whole van and made it to what it is and given it the capabilities that we use every day, which is everything from the RIP suspension, which makes a huge difference in how a Sprinter van or a Revel van drives, to the auxiliary fuel tank that gives us double the range, to our onboard air, you name it. We've pretty much got their whole menu on our van and haven't regretted any of it. They all are very worthwhile upgrades. They're going to be doing a once-over on my suspension. They're also adding new shocks and struts. So we're beefing everything up. We're making sure everything is tight and getting it ready to go for our Mexico adventure. So we are heading out. We're leaving San Diego and we are going south of the border. We are heading straight to Baja. Good morning, Southern California. Here we are. We are minutes away from the Mexican border. And today is a very exciting day. We are finally, and we're not there yet, but we're finally going to Baja. We've dreamed about going to Baja for a long time. It's been on our to-do list. And I don't know, for whatever reason, we just haven't made it there. But today we're gonna fix that. So look who's here, it's Kathy.
Yay, I'm back.
It's good to have her back in the van, and now we can finally get on to our main mission for this winter.
Mexico!
And it's March, so we better get on with it. So today we're gonna cross the border at Tecate. We're then gonna go southbound out of there, and we're gonna try to make it all the way to San Felipe. San Felipe is right on the Sea of Cortez, and we're gonna try to find a cool little campsite to spend our first night in Mexico. And we're off. Let's go to Mexico. There it is, there's Mexico. We can see it. I see the wall, I see the border. All right, we just went in our first currency exchange spot and we traded 300 bucks for a bunch of pesos. How many?
5,310 pesos. Man, we're gonna be living large.
We are rich. I love that. We'll see how long it goes. From what I've been told, you can do really well down here on $300. I can see the border from where we are. It's just right over here. This place is loaded with money exchange places and a little gas station, and that's about it. Our goal tonight is San Felipe, but we got to get across the border first. Let's go. No, poquito.
Okay. Registration?
Yes.
Where are you going?
We're going to San Felipe.
San Felipe?
Yeah.
¿Cuántos today?
How many days?
31.
31. About.
Yeah.
Well, open the door, eh?
Yeah, sure. Oh.
Open the door.
Sure.
The truck.
That back. Adios, gracias.
Gracias. I'm gonna just go straight out of here.
But I can't get through here.
No. Mine was saying to go straight back there.
This is taking us back to the border.
Yeah. If you can get down that, and this we can do this. All right, here we go. Well,
We are in Mexico now. Holy cow. We just went down the wrong way down a street, and now we are on probably the worst paved street I've ever driven on. Okay,
honey burritos.
These are people trying to go back
Hang a left
into the
here.
US. All right, we really screwed up. We did not get our FMF. We forgot our tourist visas that you had to get right there at the border. It was so chaotic and crazy there, we just spaced it. And I guess now we've got to go back and do it all over again. All right, we made it back to Tecate. We are now going to try to get our tourist visa. All right, we got our tourist visas. We are legit now, hopefully. Now we just see if we can find our van.
Yeah.
We're off again. All right, now we're gonna head to San Felipe for real, hopefully.
Left here?
Yeah. Sometimes getting lost is the best luck, because here we are. We parked right here on the street. We went and got our tourist visas, and we're at a taco shop. So here's our first taco shop in Mexico. I'm actually relaxing and feeling more comfortable with my surroundings now after sitting there in that taco shop for 20 minutes and eating some tacos and talking with the waitress, and it doesn't quite seem as scary right this second. So we're about to jump on the tollway again and start making our way to San Felipe, and hopefully it's smooth sailing. We made it to San Felipe, and we are going to our first purificada, our fresh, purified, filtered water station. And we are going to get our first tank full of water in the van. We really have no idea what to expect here.
Turn left.
So our van is 11'6". We are going underneath power lines here in the city that I can see they're bumping as I go underneath them. So hopefully we don't end up taking out the power to a whole block in some little Mexican village somewhere. It says it right here. Is this it?
Arriving at Distribuidora Israel on the left.
Yeah.
Distributadora.
All right, see.
Is it on?
It's on.
Okay.
We're getting filtered, purified water here, and luckily we fit at this spot, and you're able to run a hose from where he's got it hooked up to his machine. And it'll go straight into the van, just like normal. Okay, we got water. We are completely full. That was actually really easy. He had a little adapter screwed onto his little nozzle, allowed me to hook my hose into it, and off we go. We're full, just like at home.
We're here at the Taco Factory in San Felipe. I have the Sea of Cortez right outside the window, and I've got Dos Equis, and we have some tacos on the way. I couldn't be more happy right at this moment. Cheers!
Okay, so we got fish and shrimp tacos here. guacamole. It is awesome. So good. Well, you're never gonna believe this. We used our iOverlander app and found this campground that is an abandoned resort. If you imagine something out of an apocalyptic, maybe hate to say it, but maybe a zombie movie, and it was an old resort that is in halfway in a state of going back into a natural state, meaning it is just rotting away. But you can pull into these spots that used to be, I think, houses here, and now they're just these concrete slabs. But we are right on the Sea of Cortez. We're in what used to be someone's paradise, and now it's the ruins of paradise. But actually, for van life, this is paradise. This is awesome. So it's getting dark. We're about to kind of settle in here for the night. We're getting Tucker out, letting him run around. He's had a long day in the car. And tomorrow, I'm sure, is just gonna bring more adventure. So day one in Baja has been awesome. I can't wait for more. We'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, Baja and San Felipe. Man, this is something. I've been out this morning wandering around this abandoned resort, taking pictures and just exploring. A lot of cool folks here. Just ran into a guy from Alaska who's here in his Range Rover. He's been down here 2 or 3 weeks. Can't get over this place. It's kind of weird being in a abandoned resort. It's like going to an abandoned amusement park or something. It just seems kind of odd, but it's also incredibly cool. We're parked right here on this slab of concrete, and so it's a nice smooth place. You jump right out of the van, you're on a solid surface that's smooth and clean. But then all around us are these walls, these buildings that are just in various states of decay. There's a big clubhouse over here that seems like it was the crown jewel of this place at one time, and now it's all boarded up and kind of falling apart. You can see where there used to be walls here, and the sand is just blown in and kind of taken over the parts that it wants, and then the rest of it, we have these brick streets that are actually kind of cool, being able to drive all the way down here to the beach and not have to drive through a lot of deep sand, which is common here. So all in all, for 10 bucks, pretty good place to crash for the night. And there's some other overland travelers here too. San Felipe, first night in Baja. It's pretty interesting. All right, we're going to our first beach camp, and we've driven probably 5 or 6 miles down this pretty rocky road. It started out good at first, but it's getting much worse. We're gonna go ahead and air down because I fear that we're gonna come around a corner and be in deep sand, and I wanna be ready for it when we get there. So we're gonna drop the pressure. All right, I'm gonna take it down to 30 PSI for now. If we get out on the beach, I might go much lower than that, but we'll see.
Ah, there's dolphin, like a lot of dolphin, maybe at least 20, maybe many, many more. And they're jumping, leaping out of the water. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. They are doing acrobatics right out of the water. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
We got busy chatting with some friends from Scotland over here who have a beautiful Unimog, and we had a gorgeous sunset. We have the last little rays of sunset coming through. This place is beautiful. I can't wait to show you more in the morning. Good morning, Baja. Oh my gosh. This place is so gorgeous. I know I always say that, but it is so true. Look at this view. We were camped last night right here on the beach, listening to the waves, the wind. Pretty special place, and you feel like you're really somewhere different. It's amazing. We're like 5 hours south of the US border. But it is amazing culturally how much difference it feels down here. And you know, you've got all the same things you love from the States, but this is kind of like California without all the people. It's pretty awesome. We met a really cool couple from Scotland last night who are traveling the Pan American Highway in their Unimog. They've already done all of US and Canada, and they're on their way south. So the way it works at these campgrounds in Mexico now, some are free and you just go down a dirt road and you end up on the beach, and then you can drive on the beaches all you want. This particular one is on private property, and so we drove through the desert for, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles down this unmarked dirt road, and then you end up at a gate, and there was a gentleman there who took 250 pesos, which is what, about $12 to $15, and he then opens the gate and you pull in and you can camp basically anywhere you want here along the beach. And I'm typically more of a mountain guy than a beach guy, but I'm having a blast down here. This is pretty cool. Now we're on the Sea of Cortez side, so there's not a lot of waves, but when we get over on the Pacific, I guess it's going to be much windier, and there's going to be some good surfing. So that's when we'll break out our surfboards. So I'm gonna run around this morning and do some photography and just enjoy the sunrise, and then we'll see where today takes us. I'm sure it's gonna be somewhere awesome. Okay.
The wind is whipping outside. I mean, our van is rocking, like 40-mile-an-hour gusts outside, sand blasting everything. It's a good day to be inside and work.
We were hanging out with some friends in their Unimog, and I came over just to check on Tucker, and the winds had gone crazy. His dog bed is completely gone. It's in the Sea of Cortez somewhere, I think. So we quickly kind of got him tucked in and got all of our camping mat and stuff that we had outside, got that put away. And the wind just keeps getting even worse. So we are gonna try to move locations and get off this beach where we aren't just sandblasted, and try to find a place a little more protected from the wind. We're packing up camp right now, and we're gonna see what we can find. And we aren't gonna go far because this seems like a kind of dangerous day to drive. The winds are gonna get up over 50, 60 miles an hour. And us being a high profile vehicle, that makes it hard to stay on the road sometimes. But we're gonna find a better spot in this area and get off the beach.
Geraldine's just asking the guys at the office here where might be a good place to park in her best Spanish and lots of hand gestures.
Thank goodness for 400 days of Spanish or Duolingo.
Tell me about it.
Okay, we're standing by until we hear back from you.
Roger that.
Right, let's hit it. Whoa.
We're gonna go over here. We're gonna try to camp right next to this little blue house that seems maybe like it's abandoned. One of the locals here said that's a good place to get out of the wind, but they did say the sand is really deep and we're definitely gonna need four-wheel drive. So, fingers crossed. Let's see how this goes. But you know, if we do get stuck, we do have these new friends of ours here who have this beautiful Unimog, and I couldn't think of a better vehicle to pull a Sprinter van out of a sand drift than a Unimog. So I feel like we've got a little backup plan here. Now, if they get stuck, we'll try to help too, but gosh, I don't know.
Okay, hide and seek is on. We's a hiding, you's a seeking.
Ready or not, here we come. Here we go. Oh, here's the deep sand.
So I'm gonna get a little speed.
There they go, right there. Sweet! Look at that. Much better.
This is pretty good. So look, we're between two little houses here. We're pulled up right behind the Unimog, and it's kind of funny. These houses, I don't know if they're inhabited, but they definitely gonna make a nice little windbreak. So let's get out and just kind of see what's going on.
No, that would have been a good idea. No, but I picked up all the food and I shoved it in the box. And
oh yes, that's a better idea.
yeah.
Well, it's been one of those days. As a traveler, you gotta take the good with the bad, and today has been incredibly windy and pretty challenging. We're at the beach, right? And what blows around with super high winds at the beach? Tons of sand. It has just been really hard being out in the open. We moved from our spot on the beach over here to between two of these kind of abandoned buildings. One of the locals said this would be a good place that we could get out of the wind. And so we've pulled in here between these two buildings, which has been nice, but it's kind of funky over here. Mexico is proving to be very interesting. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, it is literally very interesting, the situations you get in and the things you see and the resourcefulness of the people here too. But we are in between these two abandoned buildings, and it is a pretty good windbreak. So we've got our new friends that we've been hanging out with, and we've been sitting on the porch of this abandoned house where it was been pretty sheltered from the wind, but about 20 minutes ago the wind changed directions and we just got sandblasted, and it became a little vortex of blowing sand. So we've all gone back to our different vehicles now for a little while, and I think this is going to be it for this video. I'm going to wrap it up here. This has been our first 3 days in Baja, and there's going to be much more to come because we have just barely scratched the surface of this amazing country, and there's going to be a lot more adventures to come. If you haven't yet, please hit the like and subscribe button. That really helps our channel grow. I can't thank you enough if you would do that for us. From beautiful, windy, sand-blasted Baja, Peter Holcomb signing out. I hope I see you somewhere over the horizon. Mexico, you never know what you're going to get. It's so awesome. And that's just true about travel in general. You got to just put yourself out there, be open to these things, be open to going to places that are off the beaten path, and you're going to discover the most amazing things. See you guys next time.